So today we'll make the puris from the moong dal dough that we had made. This was the green gram which we had rolled into a dough for making puris, that is one type of Indian bread. So what I'm going to do is, it is deep fried. I will just tell you what I'm doing. So I will first make these very small little balls. So I just now divide it into small little portions, which I will roll into a ball a little later. So here I have made 5. Let's make it 6 because they're really small. It's just about this much. And I have put oil for deep frying, and I'm trying to make it really hot because it needs to be really hot so that when you put something in it, it will not soak up the oil. If the oil is cold, then it will soak up the oil much more, and then your puris will become oily. We also don't use dry flour, like, to roll the flour. We had used dry flour for the paratha, and you would do that for rotis, but for puris you would not use any dry flour. So rolling can be a little more challenging, but not necessarily, because I'll teach you a trick. This is just a small sample that I'm rolling so that I can keep it aside. And this is the tool that I use for dipping into the oil. And what I'm doing is I'm taking a few drops of oil and putting it in a place like right here. So then I will roll up the balls, and you can do this a little in advance. You don't have to keep rolling and putting in. And then we will use this oil to roll the puri, so that it doesn't stick. So instead of using dry flour, we will use the oil for rolling it. And while the oil is getting hot, you can keep rolling it and putting it aside. Again, it will not be you don't roll it very thin. You roll it slightly thicker, because then it just puffs up better and it cooks better. Very contrary to making it thin. But you just make it very small and a little thicker. Now I can see a little bit of fumes coming out of the oil, so it means it's showing me that the oil is hot, but I just want to be sure that the oil is hot. So this small little one that I had made, I will put it in, and then I see that it comes up. So I reduce the flame so that it doesn't burn. And yes, it's pretty hot now. Be very careful, because now this is very hot oil. So you want to put this very gently from a side. You will not put it right in the middle like that. You'll put it on a side. And to make the puri puff up, press it a little bit. So I think the oil has become a little too hot. When the oil is very hot, it will not necessarily puff up. And it's become really brown. Okay, we'll just wait for the oil to cool down a little more. So this is an example of when the oil becomes too hot. So So I have reduced the flame, and now you can see it is starting to puff up a little better. There, it's puffed. So you need to have a little bit of that midway between when it will puff up and when it will not soak too much of oil. Now, I'm dipping this to get the oil, but if you are new to this, I would say take the oil on a separate plate so that you don't have the danger of putting it, hurting yourself. And here goes. So, as you can see, here I'm going to press it so that it puffs up a little more. And you can continue rolling out your puris. Again, not too thin, because if you have it too thin, it will not puff so well. You just need to press it a little bit, and it will encourage the puri to become a full puff. So you don't want the oil to go up in flames, but you don't want it too cold. And I'll just show you what it looks like. It looks like this. And when you are just rolling it up, you can actually roll these and put them in the beginning so that roll it and keep it on one side. So this one didn't puff, so I'm going to encourage it. Press it a little more and say, come on. Puff, puff, puff. And there, puffed up. Sometimes it just needs a little encouragement. And now this puri has, again, a lot of food groups. It has wheat flour, which is carbohydrate. Then it has fat because it's deep fried in oil. Then it has protein because it has the moong dal, which that's the green gram. And it has a little more minerals and other nutrition because I also put green leaves in the dal with tomatoes and onion and garlic, ginger, everything, along with spices, of course. And that is my last puri. So you see, in just this much time, I have made complete puri. And I still have leftover dough. So this, I can put it in the fridge and make fresh either puri or paratha or roti tomorrow as well. I hope you enjoyed this.